Chronarium hummed, a subsonic thrum that vibrated through Dr. Aris Thorne's bones. Sweat plastered his thinning hair to his forehead as he wrestled with the controls, his fingers a blur across the reinforced observation console. Elias Finch, his assistant, crouched nearby, his face a mask of strained concentration as he monitored the escalating paradox levels. "Doctor, the flux is destabilizing. We're approaching critical," Finch reported, his voice tight with controlled anxiety. Thorne ignored him, his gaze fixed on the holographic projection dominating the center of the chamber. It depicted a sprawling Martian cityscape, a labyrinth of towering spires and intricate transport systems, bathed in the eerie glow of a perpetual twilight. This was Sol 12,487, a future Mars ravaged by a coordinated technological uprising. "All it's steady, Elias." "Just a touch more amplification," Thorne muttered, his voice edged with a manic urgency. He was attempting to stabilize the temporal link, to glean understanding from the ruins of a future he inadvertently helped create. The drones, lethal, insectoid machines systematically dismantling the Martian infrastructure, were built using his designs, blueprints stolen and refined over centuries. "Doctor, the containment field is fluctuating. We're losing integrity." Finch's warning was punctuated by a jarring pulse of energy that shuddered through the laboratory. Thorne swiveled in his chair, his eyes darting across the complex array of instruments. "Activate defensive protocols, full spectrum shielding." Suddenly the lab doors hissed open, revealing figures clad in archaic, metallic armor. Their visors obscured their faces, but the air around them crackled with a palpable sense of menace. They wielded energy weapons that pulsed with a sickly green light. "Contain the architect. Prevent the echoes from spreading," one of the figures rasped, their voice distorted by a vocoder. "Elias, activate Protocol Omega-7. Now!" Thorne barked, his composure momentarily shattered. He knew what Protocol Omega-7 entailed, a deep dive into the Chronarium's core, a diagnostic program capable of revealing the source of the temporal anomalies and, potentially, the truth behind his son's journey to Mars. Finch scrambled to comply, his fingers flying across a different console. "Protocol initiated, Doctor. Accessing Chronarium core diagnostics." One of the armored figures lunged forward, firing a burst of energy that forced Thorne to dive behind the observation console. The force of the impact sent tremors through the chamber. "Why are you doing this?" Thorne shouted, struggling to his feet. "What do you want?" The armored figure remained silent, their energy weapon trained on Thorne. Suddenly, a fragmented transmission cut through the chaos, a ghostly voice whispering warnings across the temporal currents. The cycle, the Obsidian Key, the loom of ages, beware the watchers. The transmission abruptly ended, leaving a lingering sense of dread. As Finch navigated the Chronarium's diagnostic program, a series of cryptic symbols began to appear on the main holographic projection. They seemed to be Sumerian in origin, intricate and unfamiliar. One phrase, repeated across the symbols, caught Thorne's attention: the Weaver's Gambit. Elias cross-referenced the Weaver's Gambit with our Sumerian database. "Now," Thorne demanded, his voice strained. Finch worked furiously, his fingers dancing across the keyboard. "Doctor, the data suggests the Weaver's Gambit refers to a planned orchestration of events, a manipulation of temporal causality. Someone intentionally guided my designs to Mars." "Who?" Thorne breathed, a chilling realization washing over him. The figure overseeing the drone construction in the Martian projection. He's seen it before, distorted and masked, but the resemblance was undeniable. He saw a reflection of his own face, twisted by a malevolent grin. "The diagnostic program is almost complete, Doctor," Finch reported, his voice tinged with a growing sense of foreboding. "It's revealing a complex network of temporal feedback loops and a hidden layer of programming within the Chronarium's core." As the diagnostic program reached its conclusion, a final message appeared on the holographic projection, a single chilling sentence: "The Obsidian Key has been awakened." The laboratory doors slammed shut, sealing them within the Chronarium. The humming intensified, becoming a deafening roar. The Martian cityscape flickered, then vanished, leaving only the unsettling silence of the sealed laboratory. The armored figures advanced, their energy weapons primed. "The echoes must be contained, Architect. Your knowledge is too dangerous." Thorne stood his ground, his eyes fixed on the approaching figures. He knew that he was caught in something far larger than he could comprehend, a web of temporal manipulation and ancient secrets. The question wasn't just how his designs reached Mars, but who was pulling the strings, and what were their ultimate goals. He had to understand before it was too late. "What echoes are you referring to?" Thorne asked, stalling for time. The lead armored figure paused, its distorted voice echoing in the confined space. "The echoes of what you will become, Architect. The repercussions of tampering with the loom of ages." The room plunged into darkness. The humming stopped. The silence was absolute. Then the single, disembodied voice whispered from the darkness, "The Watchers are coming,"